Hi there ladies and gentlemen, this is Eastwood for Life fan back with another video, and this is movie pickups update for the month of February 2021. Now we are still under lockdown here in the UK, and a lot of major stores are about to reopen again in 5 weeks time, so looking forward to seeing my local HMV and CX store reopening again. And the only stores we do have here for physical media are Poundland stores, which I just picked up Faster, Dwayne Johnson, for a friend of mine, and they're still picking up quite a bit online, so we'll get to the update. But things are brightening up here a little bit, even though it's still cold. Spring is approaching, so the light at the end of the tunnel is near. So let's check out the update. So to what I actually picked up. I picked up some DVDs, some Blu-rays, and a couple of 4K titles in February. And as always with a update, I'd like to shout out a fellow YouTuber, and he's from the US, has a great channel. He's known as Chris, and he is the Blu-ray Critic. And why I reckon you guys should check his channel out. Chris, not only does he do updates and unboxings, but I always like his new movie releases where he talks about the transfers and a lot of 4K reviews. And for me, Chris is kind of like the go-to guy for new releases, especially coming out of the US. So guys, please do check Chris's channel, The Blu-ray Critic. Nice guy. The link to his channel is in the actual description box down below. Give him a sub. So to the DVDs, this was part of that trade package. Spaghetti Western, God Forgives I Don't, late 1960s one with Terence Hill and Bud Spencer. This is the Dutch release. And since then I have picked up the Scandinavian Blu-ray release, which as far as I know is the only release of this Spaghetti Western on Blu-ray. But this one's their first Spaghetti Western that they made together, and a good one it is. Probably their best, most serious Spaghetti Western, God Forgives I Don't. Got sent this movie to us by a good friend of mine. This is the Hit, a 1980s movie, British gangster movie that's actually set in Spain. One I've never seen, and back in the VHS days I always wanted to check out, and it does have a great cast. You have John Hurt, Terence Stamp and Tim Roth. Yeah, one that passed me by. Guys, let us know if you've seen this one, what I'm in for. This is a Criterion DVD release. And also this was sent to us by Mr. Chris Jepson, the US Total Recall Special Limited Edition on DVD. With a nice and different kind of release of the planet Mars, and the discs are inside, and you get like a little small kind of booklet. But yeah, something different. One of my favourite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, this one. Do have quite a few releases, and one of Arnie's best movies. So Mr. Jepson, many thanks for sending this one to us in the post. Next movie is an action movie, The Peacekeeper, starring Dolph Lundgren. I actually didn't mind this one. The first 30 minutes of this, it was pretty good. A real cool and funny rooftop car chase scenes from building to building. Stars also in this movie Roy Scheider, who was a little bit disappointing in this one. Was expecting a little bit more, but it was passable. Starring Dolph Lundgren. And the last DVD was actually part of the trade package and a freebie sent to us by Jeff 101 Bronson. He sent us the complete series of the ATeam. This is a Dutch release, 5 seasons from 1983 to 1987, and I just started watching this series, the ATeam. Plenty of 80s goodness. Great TV series from the 80s, starring George Peppard, Dwight Schultz, Mr. T and Dirk Benedict. Soldiers of Fortune. Onto the Blu-rays now, and we have quite a few westerns. This one a German release, The Hills Run Red, a mid-60s spaghetti western. I think this was 1966. This one starring Thomas Hunter and Henry Silva, and it does have a Ennio Morricone soundtrack put out by Explosive Media, which are doing some great work releasing a lot of spaghetti western movies, and this one does have a English audio. This one is also going to be getting a US Kino Lorber release, The Hills Run Red. The next spaghetti western is a media book release, again put out by Explosive Media. This is Massacre Time from 1966, Lucio Fulci's first spaghetti western that he made. This one stars Franco Nero and George Hilton, and there are 2 media book cover releases of this, which are limited to 1,000 copies. I think 1,000 copies per cover, and this one does have a English audio. First time released on Blu-ray. Not one of Franco Nero's best spaghetti westerns, but it is pretty violent, especially the bull whipping scenes on Franco Nero, and you get some great photos in this media book. So guys, if you're a fan of spaghetti westerns, try to pick this one up from Amazon Germany before it goes for silly money. Franco Nero there looking very similar to Clint Eastwood's look in A Fistful of Dollars. Yeah, Lucio Fulci, he did go on to make another 2 other spaghetti westerns before his main genre was horror movies. Yep. Great looking media book, and George Hilton kind of stole the show in this spaghetti western, another actor in the genre. As they play 2 brothers, and you get some great posters in this media book. The Brute and the Beast, which is the known title in the US. Massacre Time. Next spaghetti western is Face to Face. I already have the Kino Lorber release, but this one is one of my spaghetti western favorites. The second spaghetti western, directed by Sergio Salima, the director who made The Big Gun Down. Another release by Explosive Media. You get this thin slip box, and this one does come with 2 cuts of the movie. You get the 94-minute cut as well as the 114-minute cut. This one starring Thomas Milian and Gian Maria Volonte, and you do get a booklet. Fantastic soundtrack to this movie, also with Ennio Morricone, which I recently bought And as far as I know, this one is the more superior release to the Kino Lorber release, Face to Face. And another Western in a media book. This is Major Dundee, Sam Peckinpah film, starring Charlton Heston, Richard Harris and James Coburn. And far as I remember, I do not think I've seen this movie. Was trying to track down the US Twilight Time release, but that one is out of print and pretty expensive to pick up. So the German media book was the next best option. And you have Richard Harris in this movie. And looking in this media book, I actually had to do a double take to make sure that that was Richard Harris, because I didn't recognize him. Sam Peckinpah did make some great westerns, The Wild Bunch and Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. And actually this was the first of 3 movies that James Coburn starred in Sam Peckinpah movies. There is James Coburn. And nice plants in the background in that shot. You guys know what I mean. And this media book does have both cuts of the movie. There is an extended cut, which is 14 minutes longer. So that is Major Dundee, Sam Peckinpah film with Charlton Heston. Finally picked up a decent edition of one of my favourite films as a kid, starring Raquel Welch, and this is the prehistoric classic 1 million years BC, starring Raquel Welch and John Richardson. And guys, if you checked out my video of my top 10 female crushes, you would have guessed that I'm a pretty admirable fan of Raquel Welch. Men and monsters battle to rule the earth. Classic movie from the 60s. I think the first time I watched this movie, I was really interested in the effects by Ray Harryhausen and the dinosaurs. But then years later, when I watched this movie, I kind of wasn't interested in the dinosaurs as much. That is the reason why. And the last media book, this is The Beguiled, starring Clint Eastwood and Geraldine Page. Movie from 1971, an American Civil War drama where Clint Eastwood, he plays a wounded Union soldier who gets rescued and taken into a Confederate girls' boarding school, where he is on the mend, and then he takes to the hearts of many of the female admirers in the boarding school. But first time I'd watched this movie, wasn't a fan of, but as I matured as a movie fan and Clint Eastwood fan, this one I got to like a whole lot more. And different role for Clint Eastwood. Instead of playing the hero, this one is one of his better acting performances. The Beguiled in a nice media book. Movie directed by Don Siegel, who directed a few movies with Clint Eastwood, and this one does have the an English audio and reasonably priced on Amazon Germany. Next stack are prizes that were sent to us and freebies sent to us by Sean Blue Digital. This is Fade to Black. Many guys in the horror community have picked this one up. I did check out the trailer, and I did notice that there's a young Mickey Rourke in this movie, and this is my first Vinegar Syndrome release. They put out some great horror and cult movies, Vinegar Syndrome, with these real top quality slipcovers. Fade to Black, early 80s horror movie. And one of the prizes were Halloween 2 from the channel of Sean Blue Digital, which I won in his 600 subs contest, and he added Halloween 2, the Screen Factory Steelbook, which is limited to 10,000 copies. My favourite sequel in the Halloween movie franchise, and this movie just carries on from the original movie with Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance. Actually, this movie's directed by the guy Rick Rosenthal, who actually done Halloween Resurrection, and which is for me the worst Halloween movie, which is surprising because this one is the best sequel in the franchise. So yeah, many thanks Sean for adding this collector's Halloween 2 Steelbook. Did do a video of that. And Silver Bullet Scream Factory Collector's Edition, and some of these I didn't open up in that video, which I should have done. Great werewolf movie from the 80s. Get some nice disc art, and I actually now prefer this movie more than The Howling. This movie's gone up in as one of my werewolf favourites. This one starring Gary Busey, Corey Haim and Everett McGill from the Stephen King novel. Really glad that this came in that package. More Scream Factory. This one is the original Child's Play, which I haven't seen since the VHS days. And I actually wouldn't mind checking out the new Child's Play movie with Mark Hamill playing the voice. And this one's the original Chucky Child's Play movie, and this one does come in 2 discs, one with special features, and the other disc, the main feature, the movie, and that has the original artwork that I always remembered back in the VHS days. Child's Play. The last Scream Factory. This one is Valentine. This one's made in year 2000, which I actually thought was in the 90s. Don't know a lot about this one, but one I did consider before but didn't pull the trigger on. So guys, if you've seen Valentine, let us know what you think as a horror movie. And you get the beautiful Denise Richards in this movie. The next one is Colours, the unrated cut, and this German release of Colours has a 8 minutes extra compared to the UK release. Cop crime drama starring Robert Duvall and Sean Penn in this Dennis Hopper movie set in LA. Very good movie, this one. Did like the chemistry between these two guys, which made it a great movie. And plenty of action movies here. 80s action movies from 2 stars. This is Red Scorpion. This is the Arrow window box release, and this one's a late 1980s movie starring Dolph Lundgren that I watched back in the VHS days. Picked this one up on eBay, reasonably priced, and a nice release. Been on my wanted list for quite a while. This one directed by Joseph Zito, who directed the Chuck Norris movie Missing in Action. Red Scorpion, where Dolph Lundgren plays a Soviet soldier who's sent on a mission to Africa. You get a poster with this, as well as a booklet. One of Dolph Lundgren's better movies, in my opinion. Great action scenes in this one. And this one, I think, was a Canon film, if I am correct. Yeah, I suspect it would have been a Canon film if it's directed by Joseph Zito. Red Scorpion. And another Dolph Lundgren movie. This is Men of War, the uncut HD remastered German edition from Digi Dreams. Dolph Lundgren movie I haven't seen, but a little bit of a underrated action movie, this one. Dolph Lundgren, who plays a special ops soldier who leads a team of mercenaries on a mission on an island in the South Chinese Seas. And this one's a 3-disc set. You do get a booklet, and this one's mid-90s Dolph Lundgren movie. It does come with a little booklet. And this company, Digi Dreams, are putting out some fine releases in action movies and westerns. Dolph Lundgren there, looking a lot more leaner than he did in compared to the 80s, where he was a little bit more jacked up in movies like Rocky IV and Red Scorpion. But this does come with the English audio, Men of War. It comes in this with this little slip box. Men of War, one I haven't checked out. Guys, if you've seen this one, let us know on your thoughts. The bulk of Dolph Lundgren movies I watched were in the 80s. I do need to pick up Dark Angel and the original Punisher movie. They were some of my favourites from his career. And from one action star to another, Dolph Lundgren from Sweden. Now we have Jean-Claude Van Damme from Belgium. This release from 88 Films I've been waiting for, because this is one of Van Damme's better movies. Nice to have it released in the UK, and this one's limited to 3,000 copies, starring Van Damme and Rosanna Arquette. Directed by Robert Harmon, the director of The Hitcher, the original Hitcher movie in the 80s with Rutger Hauer. This one, an escaped convict played by Van Damme. He escapes to a farmland where a widow, Rosanna Arquette, is living there, and then she has problems with this kind of like a developer who wants the land, and he will go to any level to get that land. And Van Damme, the convict, he actually gets involved in defending the property, and looking after the widow. And this one does come with these movie cards. A top 10 Van Damme movie for sure. Probably be my top 5. Doing some great work. ATeam Films with the Van Damme movies. And you also get the poster of this movie, which is the cover on this slip cover. But yeah, Street Fighter did get sold out, so it's only a matter of time before this one, Nowhere to Run, which is one of his more popular movies, gets sold out also. So guys, if you are sitting on the fence, jump on this great action movie from the 90s. And more Van Damme. This one is Maximum Risk from the 90s. Yeah, on the spine you do get the year of these movies, which is a nice touch from ATeam Films. This one I haven't seen. The movie that he made after he made the movie The Quest with Roger Moore. This one he plays a French cop. Can't say too much about this one because I haven't seen, and you do get a booklet in this one also. Maximum Risk. And the next Van Damme movie is Knockoff. This one is from 1998, another one that I haven't seen. This one's actually set in Hong Kong, this one. And all of these Van Damme movies are limited to 3,000 copies, and you do get a poster and some movie cards. These are big sellers from the label of ATeam Films, the Van Damme movies and the Jackie Chan movies. And the last Van Damme movie is Universal Soldier: The Return, which it was okay. You can't expect it to be better than the original one, because the original movie Universal Soldier, which was made in the early 90s, was a box office success. But this one, even though it was a flop, I actually didn't mind it. Van Damme returns to the role of Luke Devereaux, and in this one you also get WCW and WWE wrestler Bill Goldberg in this one, and you also get the booklet. Yeah, it was a massive flop, this one. Didn't do well at the box office. Universal Soldier 2, probably because there were 2 other sequels before this. Limited to 3,000 copies. On to another action star, and finally released on Blu-ray. I know this one's been out for a few months. The comedy classic directed by Ivan Reitman, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in Twins. Great movie, this one. A big hit for Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Just a shame that they didn't do a special edition, very light on features, which is a shame, because this one is a great movie. Earned over $200 million, and a pity that there wasn't a sequel with these two guys, because they had great chemistry in this movie. So really pleased to pick this one up. And another comedy with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kindergarten Cop, again directed by Ivan Reitman. Twins was made in 1988. This one 2 years later in 1990, where Schwarzenegger plays John Kimball. He goes undercover as a kindergarten teacher, and he's after a drug dealer. Very good movie, this one. And again, this one was a smash hit for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Kindergarten Cop. On to some TV series now. Finally finished my collection of Dexter. Picked up the last season, Dexter season 8, the final season. Currently rewatching the series again. Just finished season 5, which I want to watch the whole series before the new season gets aired. But yeah, it had a disappointing ending. But let's just hope that the new season kind of ends the series as it should have been, because it is a great TV series. Michael C. Hall as the serial killer Dexter Morgan. So I'll be starting another collection of TV series that I need to pick up. Trying to pick up the Game of Thrones seasons in these Steelbook collectible signal magnet, and this is the 4th season of Game of Thrones. I have watched the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. So that was season 4, and this is season 3. I do have the first 4 now, and season 8. Just need 5, 6 and 7, and this is a great series. Probably will rewatch the series again once I get all of these steelbooks. I did get up to, I've seen the first 4. Great series, great TV series from HBO. And this one, Taboo, this was a freebie that Sean added in the prize winning package, series which was released on UK TV on BBC, which I didn't know a whole lot about, starring Tom Hardy. This one's set in 1814 in London. 8-episode series. What I'm hearing, there is going to be another 2 seasons of Taboo, and the reviews of this have been pretty good. I did check that out online. And 2 4K titles that I picked up as a birthday present sent to us by my brother. He sent me the Zavvi Steelbook of Waterworld 4K and Blu-ray, and despite what people think of this movie, I really did enjoy Waterworld when it came out. Yep, it was the most expensive movie ever made, with a $175 million budget. And you can say what you say, but it made $264 million. But yeah, it probably could have done a whole lot better on the money that it spent. Kevin Costner and Dennis Hopper, futuristic action movie, and you do get both cuts of the movie in this one, set in the future, this one, and it's supposed to look great on 4K. Waterworld. There you have it. And the last one is Blade, and this also is a Zavvi 4K Steelbook. Probably one of my favourite Wesley Snipes movies, this one, a horror and kind of Marvel superhero movie. This one a lot darker than some of the other Marvel movies. This one came out in the late 90s, and a nice collector's set. Wesley Snipes plays a vampire hunter, and he's the protector of the human race, of the existing human race, as he goes up against vampires. And you get some movie cards. You get the original poster. And these cool looking movie cards. Also in this movie starring Stephen Dorff and Chris Christopherson. Love the effects in this and the action scenes, and yeah, one of his better roles, played by Wesley Snipes of the vampire hunter. And some artwork in the Steelbook. A better look inside. And we'll take a look at the slip box. That's the front, and that is the back. There are worse things out tonight than vampires. Very cool horror and action Marvel movie, Blade. So guys, there you have it. That is the last title that I picked up in February 2021. I hope you enjoyed the update and what I picked up. Let us know on your thoughts in the comment section. Take care, stay healthy and well, and as always, keep on collecting.